There isn't enough time. Time is our most valuable resource, and there just isn't enough of it.
When I was born, I was diagnosed with a genetic terminal illness. If you really have a goal, you just have to set your mind to it and truly commit to it.
Hey everyone, my name is Brian.
And I'm Caleigh.
This is Yuki.
This is Chito, and this is our 2020 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van named Blinda.
Come check her out.
Welcome inside Blinda. This is our home kitchen. Our kitchen has a 2-top burner. It's a Camp Chef stove, and we also have an oven here. The oven was really meaningful to me because Brian and I love to cook together, make meals together. We cook breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, everything inside our van. We love to actually fish right outside and bring our fish in and cook it fresh. Having a lot of counter space was really important to us as well, because we wanted to make sure that we had enough room so that we could both cook together and it wasn't just one of us cooking while the other person had to sit somewhere else in the van. So having this counter space allows one person to be prepping and one person to be on the stove. We also have our isotherm fridge here. It has enough space for me to actually keep all of my insulin for up to like 3 months, maybe even 6 months in here with food. We also have room for IV antibiotics when we need to and all of that stuff. So having our fridge and having enough solar to always keep our fridge powered was really important for those reasons. Here we have our sink. It is a prep station sink. So the sink comes with a butcher block that you can take off to use as a cutting board and prep on top of. It also has a little tray in here so that you can catch food, you could wash your veggies, you can do everything you want. Something really cool about our sink is that we have on-demand filtered tap water. So underneath our sink, we have another 3 stages of filtration. I actually received an organ transplant, and so my immune system is really suppressed. And being on the road is something that we have to be really, really smart about, because there are lots of dirt and other environmental things playing a part in every single day. So in order to stay safe, one of the things that we've done is really, really filtered our water well. So we just go down and that's on-demand purified water. And then when we want water that is just potable for cooking and washing, we have water straight out of the tap. Underneath our sink, we kind of have a catch-all, but instead of a drawer, it's an entire storage area. We have our trash, our router, filtration system for our water. We also have a liquor cabinet. Basically, everything that we need to clean the van is underneath our sink, as well as everything we need to drink while we clean is underneath our sink. On the opposite side of our kitchen is a pull-out pantry. It has a ton of storage. There's 4 shelves here, and we like to keep it nice and organized. And above our kitchen area, we have some more storage for dry foods. Here we have some task lighting. It's really great for prepping teas, or sometimes when we're in bed, I'll have like a low blood sugar and I'll have to come down to get a snack for my diabetes. So instead of turning on the overhead lights to wake up Brian or the dogs, I'll just turn these lights on and I can pretty much do everything inside the van and see perfectly well. Van life for us kind of happened out of nowhere. When I was born, I was diagnosed with a genetic terminal illness. And in my adult years, I ended up needing 2 double lung transplants in order to survive. So I have a disease called cystic fibrosis, and it's a disease that predominantly affects the lungs, causing the lungs to scar and become infected over time, and you lose lung function. So when I was 25, I received my first double lung transplant, and shortly after, I went into organ rejection. Around the same time is when I met Brian, and we fell in love really, really quickly, but I was also really, really sick. So we moved to Los Angeles to receive a second double lung transplant in 2018. And the year after, we wanted to dedicate a lot of our life to becoming more independent as a couple, and also dive into travel. Then the pandemic hit. So it was the first year that I was healthy. The pandemic hit and we decided to move out of the city and into a house by the beach. And during that time, we also had a lot of wildfires in California. And we knew that in order for my health to continue to be okay, we had to leave. So we were kind of trying to figure out what is our move, what can we do to get away from the fires in a way that was safe. And that's when one of my friends recommended renting a van. We rented an escape camper van and we packed the van with all the supplies that we thought we would need and we left. It was just so much fun to be out there, to see something new, to have this adventure, just the two of us. And we ended up staying out for about 2 weeks until the fires were completely gone and the air quality was okay and good enough for us to go back to where we lived. I kind of felt like it was the first time in my adult life that I was healthy and I was just sitting at home. It didn't really make sense to me that, you know, I still have numbered days in my life. I still have a terminal illness and a life expectancy that is a lot shorter than the average person. So to be at home while I'm healthy and feel like I didn't have much purpose wasn't really serving me in life. So I suggested to Brian that we actually dive into van life. And I'm really lucky enough that Brian's a partner that embraced that and made it happen. Within the next month, he bought a van, and that's kind of what set off van life for us. Here's our shower and bathroom area. We have a ring shower as well as a detachable shower head. This is great for showering the dogs and showering ourselves. We can shower every single day with on-demand hot water using our 50-gallon water tank for 3 weeks straight without having to refill. Our shower walls are made with PVC boards. They are indestructible. We can be in any environment and they're not ruined. They've been lasting us for 3 years of showering and it's been great. And the background design I did on my Cricut. So this is actually just vinyl. It's peel and stick. I can take it off and redo the design any day, which is awesome because in a van, it's really great to have hobbies and crafts to do. We have our dry flush toilet underneath. This is like a space toilet. So you sit on it and you press a button when you're done and it winds around, suctions in and like pushes down the bag and there's no smell at all. A really good tip for keeping your small space smelling fresh is using eucalyptus. If you hang the eucalyptus in here, it really freshens a room. It takes away all of the musty smells. It's great inside the shower actually. And if you run the shower with the eucalyptus in it, it waters the plant. So it keeps it vibrant and smelling fresh. My husband knows me really well and something really important to us was having a lot of storage. This is our closet. We're able to keep a lot of our home goods in here. So we keep our towels and our toilet paper, but we also keep an entire shelf for games that we can play with our friends or with each other. We have room for purses and clothes, as well as some of our nicer clothes. We always keep dresses, suits in here. So if we need to crash a wedding or get invited last minute to anything, we can go ahead and put on our fancy gear. We also have our towels in here. This is kind of our big section to keep whatever we need, basically. This is my favorite part of the van. Just because I live in a van doesn't mean I'm not a girly girl. This is my vanity. When I open it up, I can turn on a light and see perfectly when I do my makeup. I have everything that I need to be a girly girl on the road. I love this area so much. On the opposite side of the vanity is more storage. The top drawer is dedicated to kitchen and medications. This is the first thing I touch in the morning and the last thing I touch. My weekly meds are sorted here so I can access them morning and night, as well as my basal insulin, needles, medications, pills that I take before I eat every meal, and some dairy pills as well. This drawer is for all of my daily medications. So we wanted to keep this really accessible so that I could get in and out of it every single moment if we're driving, if we're stopped, if we're in the middle of snow, so that we don't have to get in and out. So this drawer is probably the most important drawer in the van. And below it, we have my diabetes supplies. So we have diabetic gear as well as Portacath gear. My Portacath is my central line right here. I'm actually access and doing medications. So we have boluses, saline in there, dextrose, things that I'll need if I'm sick. So my Portacath is a central line and it gives direct access to medication. It allows me to do IVs on the road, basically. So Brian is like my nurse. He can access my port, give me fluids, give me antibiotics, everything that I need to avoid a hospitalization we'll do in the van. So we have over-the-counter medications as well as all of my other medications.
So we're pretty deep into it at the moment. I think we're about $120,000 in at where we are currently, and a lot of that's because we bought the van brand new. The actual build itself cost about $35,000, and that's all the electronics, all of the mechanicals, the plumbing. So not counting maintenance, not counting fuel, we're about 120 in all in. Yeah, one of the reasons that we were so quick to dive into this is when you kind of experience something that Kayla's experienced directly with her health, and then I've experienced as a partner and a caregiver, is just there isn't enough time. Time is our most valuable resource, and there just isn't enough of it. And if we spend too much time saying next year we'll do this, or I wish I could do this, well, one, we may not ever end up experiencing it, but two, we have no idea when we're going to be forced back to the hospital room. So having the brush with mortality that we had and having the experiences of ill health that Caleigh has had kind of makes us very easy to jump into things spontaneously and figure things out as we go.
I think Brian touched on it. It's a feeling that I know that my days are numbered and our days together are numbered. And so I want to make sure that when we do go back to the hospital, we really truly took advantage of each day. And honestly, our bodies are so adaptable. They're such miracles. They can withstand so much that if you really have a goal, just try to make it happen and adapt as you go, and don't really say, no, I don't want to do that, or I can't do that, because I promise you, you can do it. You just have to set your mind to it and truly commit to it. The back area is dedicated to our lounge. We love to hang out here as a family. We eat our meals on this table. We play games on this table, and it's really comfortable. The cushions are made of two-sided vinyl. One side is brown, one side is black, and it can withstand really high temperatures and really low temperatures without fading or cracking. One side of it is actually lower than the other side. We did this to optimize the storage below. All of our outdoor activities are stationed right here underneath us, and on this side we have our water tank. On the opposite side, we have a projector screen. We can unroll that. It comes straight down. We can put our little projector right here and we watch movies, TV shows. We love to do that. It's really, really cozy in here, and it's pretty amazing. All the time that we spend in here, it's like most of our day is dedicated right to this space, and it's so comfortable. When our projector comes down, we like to black out the space so we can pull down these shades here on both sides. And we also have magnetic blackout shades that Brian's aunt made us. That was really cool. She took the measurements of our windows and then mailed us the blackout curtains, and it's a cozy little theater in here. We make popcorn, we do snacks, and we love to kind of be here as a family. I bet you're wondering where our bed is. Our bed is on a Euro loft, rested on top of the ceiling. You press a button and it's on an elevator lift that comes down. Our bed is a full XL. It rests on top of the countertops when it's all the way down. And we like to separate the space between bed and play, work. We're the type of people that just like to make the bed and have a clean space during the day.
Okay, so in the back of the van, we have the lifestyle lounge where our pups like to lean out and we get to get an amazing view, but we also have a lot of our additional storage and where the mechanicals are happening. So on the left side, we have where our water infiltration system is. So we have a fill valve underneath the vehicle, comes in through here, and then we have 2 stages of filtration before it hits our water tank. And we also have a shower unit, so we just plug into right here and we can do outdoor showers. We actually washed the dogs here before we started filming just a bit ago. And then we have our main storage. So in our garage, we don't have big enough space for bikes or anything along those lines, but we do have plenty of storage for all of our other fun essentials. It's plenty of space and plenty of additional storage to keep things going. And then on the far right over here, we have all of our electrical equipment. So we've fully set up a system here with 430 amp hours battery storage. We have 800 watts of solar on the rooftop to power that up. We have the inverter charger, as well as the DC-to-DC charger. So we charge while we're driving, we charge while the sun's out, and we can charge at any shore power unit as well. And this battery bank with all of our use will last us about 4 days without any solar, any driving or anything. So in the dead of winter and some pretty colder climates, it does us pretty good. The last piece that I didn't touch on is how we get hot water and how we get heat. We have the Rixson system set up right on the other side of the water tank. So taps into our diesel fuel tank, and we have the ability to have on-demand hot water, on-demand air heat, and it's all thermostatically controlled as well. So as long as we have fuel in the tank, we have hot water and hot air. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed the tour. Before we close, we want to say a few thanks and then let you know how to connect with us down the road. So thank you so much, first and foremost, to my parents. They were absolutely amazing in housing us when we did this build, and my dad for being the absolute mechanical genius that he is, for the electrician, the plumbing, a lot of the really intense things, and teaching me how to do all the stuff along the way as well. Also, thank you to both of our families. You didn't question our crazy choice to go move into a van at all. More so, you supported it and were excited for us. And also thank you to Caleigh's medical team for also not thinking we were crazy, and for making it possible, helping us get the meds along the way wherever we were, whether it was in Alaska when Caleigh was hospitalized or in the depths of Baja. You've helped make sure that Caleigh stays healthy and gets the help that she needs, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks for watching our van tour. If you want to reach us at all, you can see us on Instagram, Navigating Van Life. If you want to ask me any questions about how we've made it possible logistically with my medical condition and living on the road, it's Fight to Breathe. And we hope to see you on the road and check out your rig.